It's the middle of July and I'm standing underneath a lime tree. It's one of my favourite things for this time of year. You might know this tree as Linden. Let's have a look at what it looks like. See if you can recognise the flowers. Let's take a closer look at these flowers. These ones are only just opening here. So the tree, heart-shaped leaves, very, very finely serrated edges, and these little clusters of flowers. Let's see if we can find some that are open a bit more than this. Here we are, up here. They're like little brush-like flowers. And the fragrance of these flowers is just incredible. Oh, could actually stand here just smelling that fragrance for hours. So these flowers, you can use them as a substitute for anything, any recipe that has elderflower in it. Obviously they're smaller, so you need more of them. So one handful of these flowers is equivalent to about one head of elderflowers. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to pick a few of these because you can infuse these to make a soothing tisane, which supposedly helps you sleep. They are just like little clusters of stamens, really. They don't really have much in the way of visible petals. There's tiny, tiny little waxy petals at the back of the flower there. Just these little brush-like flowers. Little starry sort of brushes. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, I've only got a small amount of these flowers, just maybe a handful. I'm just going to take them out, make sure there's no little bugs and beetles on them. That is a common problem. I'm just going to pick the flowers off the stalks and drop them into this mug. And then we're going to infuse them in hot water. Okay, that'll do. Right, so I'm just going to put some hot water in there that's just off the boil. And leave that to infuse for a few minutes. Okay, that's been infusing for just a few minutes now. I'm just going to tip it through a tea strainer. Probably should have made it in this jug actually, but never mind. As you can see, it's gone quite greenish yellow. Get rid of those flowers. Now I can pour myself a little cup of this lime flower tisane. There we go. And give that a little taste. Obviously it doesn't have all of the sweetness and aroma of the flowers, you can't have everything, but it's actually quite a pleasant little brew. It's reminiscent of green tea, I would say. Quite ever so slightly astringent. Very pleasant to drink. And I guess I'll report back in the comments on this video as to whether I got a good night's sleep. One more thing to say about lime flowers is that you can actually dry the flowers. If you just spread them out on a sheet of paper and leave them in a cool place, they will dry and then they can be stored in airtight jars and you can have lime flower tea at any time of the year. They'll keep for months once they're dried out and sealed in an airtight jar. But I think it's kind of nice to do this fresh and look forward to this when it's available fresh. Cheers.